Hello friends, in this video I'll be sharing you to how to make a converter in Python. In that we'll be converting one value to another like Celsius to Fahrenheit, kilometer to mile, minutes to seconds, years to days. So let us begin. So in this video we'll be making a converter. So in this particular video, I'll be using functions and if-else conditions. So let us begin. We use def to define a function. This is the key word to define a function. So we'll be using, firstly, we'll be converting Celsius to Fahrenheit. We'll be converting Celsius to Fahrenheit. So I'll be using C for the Celsius and F for the Fahrenheit. We could take any. This mean that I'm giving to this function. And in this parenthesis, I'll give arguments or the parameters that are going to be passed in this particular functions. Means I'm going to give the variable that I'm going to use. So I'll be using O. Semicolon after that, and then we are getting space. So it is mandatory to give a space, otherwise it will be showing error. So O is equal in J. And taking random variables, you could also take random variables. J, which is multiplied by 9 by 5. And then we add 30 to the variable. So this is the formula of converting Celsius to Fahrenheit. Now you'll be thinking, what is this J? So this J is the user input. The user will give us the value of Celsius. Right. So in the next line, without giving space, I'll write print first one, which is Celsius to Fahrenheit. Celsius to Fahrenheit. So in the next line, I'll be declaring one variable as user, which is equal into integer. Means that value that I'm taking from the user will be integer, and I'll be taking the input, and that input will be stored in this user variable. So press the number given before that. So why I'm giving this in integer? Because I'll be taking the input as integer, because the user will print the number which is given before. If the user wants to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit, the press 1. If the user wants to convert kilometer, so it will be 2. The user wants to convert kilometer to mile, so it will press 2. So now we'll start up with the if condition. If my user is equal into 1, if it gives the one which is Celsius to Fahrenheit, then firstly we'll take the input, which is J. So J, you could either take integer or you could take float. For now I'm taking integer, and which would be input. Enter value of Celsius. And the value of Celsius. And after that, I'll be calling out that function. So that function is CF. That function is CF. And I'll be using these brackets. And inside these brackets, I'm not going to put O over here. I'm going to put J, because it will be taking this input. Now let us run this once. But before that, let me tell you the difference between equal to and double equal. What is the difference between them? So we use one single equal to for assigning the value. We use single input for assigning the value if we want to declare the value. Like we are giving it over here. But we use this one double equal to, it is used for comparing the values. So this one is used is used for assigning, while this one is used for comparing. This one is used for assigning, double equal to for comparing. So over here we are comparing, and over here I'm declaring or I'm assigning the value. So I hope this is clear to you. So let us run this program. Now I have only this one. I'm not declaring this one. So let us take one. So the value of Celsius, let us take as 23, is not printing. Why it is not printing? Because in this function, I've not given print. So print O. Now let us run this and see. One. Let us give it value as 34. So it is equal into 93.2. Means it is in Fahrenheit. So we created one function to convert it using if else condition. In this video, I'll be converting three values. We are done with the first one. In the next one, we'll be converting years to days. Years to days. So I'll comment this one out. Let us define the function. As y for years and d for days. And inside this parentheses, I'll be giving the argument or the variable that I'm going to use in this particular function. Then put a semicolon. This is mandatory. And when I press enter, it is giving me space. It is also mandatory because if you don't give space, it will show error. H is equal into A multiplied by 365 because we have 365 days in a year. So it is showing red line on A because we have not declared that. So let us take as Elif. User gives the value as 2. We have not given it, so let us for now take it as year to days. The way I'll declare the value as that will be an integer and that will be an input. So enter the value of year. And the value of year. And in the next line, I'll be calling out that function which is y and d. And in these parentheses, I'll not write at h. I'll write a because we are using it over here. Right over here, I've used j because I was having a wire. So that's why. Now, let us run this now. Second, so in 1 year, I'm having 365 days, right? So let us check. It is again not printing because we are not given print. So give print h. Now it will print this function. Second, under the value of years, as for 1 year, so we are getting 365. Next, this time I'm going to take 5 years, which is equal to 1,825 days. So till now we created two converters. Let me create the last, which is kilometer to mile. In this we converted the temperature, in this we converted the year, and in this we'll be converting the distance. So define, I'll be using K for kilometer and M for mile. The values that I'm going to pass, let us take to be as O. We are going to use the O variable in this one. Right. So in the next line, I'll be giving a semicolon. So O is equivalent to, we are using single equal, means this we are assigning the value that it should equal into A, or let us take it as Z, divided by 1.609. It is again showing a red line because we have not declared it. And the last thing in this function will be print. It will print this 4. So our last condition of it, user is the value as 3. Then I'll print. We were having Z. So Z is equal into int, and put inside this enter the value of kilometer. The value of kilometer. So in the next line, we'll be calling out that function. That function was K and M. And these parentheses, I'll again not use A, but I'll use Z. Wait. Now we are done with the 3 conditions. So let me give print 3 point, which is kilometer to mile. You could give more converters. You could add more converters like days to hours, minutes to seconds, and more Fahrenheit to Celsius. It's up to you. But how many you want in your code? And the value of kilometer. So let me once run it. We'll run it from the starting. So enter the value of Celsius. Let it be 67 is 152.6 Fahrenheit. Next, year to days. So I'm having safely as 2 years. It is 730 days. The last one, which is kilometer mile. So I'll be giving it 1 kilometer. So let it take 67, which is equivalent to this much now. So I hope you're clear with this project, and please share, subscribe, and like the